Bring back my girls. Bring back my girls.
Okay, we're back with episode 5.
Oh, okay, because we were wrong last week. Okay.
Of season 13 of Drag Race.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I just have to say it, we're novices. We're new to Drag Race. We've only been watching since season 10.
Yeah.
So if we talk about stuff that we're ignorant ass bitches.
Better than being an arrogant one.
Yeah, we want to talk about the thing that we're enjoying.
Yeah.
Because someone got mad at you for not knowing Crystal Rivers.
No, I saw.
Or Crystal Waters.
I apologize. I am very fresh at this.
So,
but please recommend things for me. I will do my research. I swear.
I plan on watching some of the back seasons. I started, and I just haven't finished the one that Trixie and Katya are on.
Yeah. Better yet, join the Patreon so I don't have to have a day job. And then I can watch Drag Race.
Plug. If
all
you
day,
join our
every
Patreon,
day.
we will fill in the backlog.
We will do it.
I am promising you here.
We'll do it. I will join the Patreon, and you can
I'll
expect
even watch
more Drag Race.
that horrible first season with the terrible filter over the entire thing.
I'll commit to that.
I want to know who Pork Chop is.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, as I do, I was not freaking out, but I was like trying to prep for this episode. And I was like, I need to check the recording and write down notes and stuff. And then a little show called Untucked aired. And it kind of blew a lot of my talking points right out of the water. So where do you want to start with today's episode? Do you want to talk about any of the drag, or do you want to just go right in? We can
go right in. Go right in. I'm not a fan of Candy Muse. She's not my queen. It's not a vibe for me. I'm not into it. On Twitter, just took a screenshot of the dictionary definition of the word arrogant. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's arrogant. You're arrogant.
This is now the third episode of Untucked that is dominated by her slur screaming at everybody in the room. And
it really is slur screaming.
It's so weird. I really wanted to like her.
I was rooting for us.
I really tried to be on her side.
I'm into the body positivity aspect of it. I'm into that, but it's
and
also...
I like some of her stuff, but I also don't think she's as good as she thinks she is.
No, and there goes the arrogance. Because it literally, the definition is literally like an overinflated sense of your own importance. And I'm like, yeah, you think you're hot shit and you're mediocre.
I'm back to, I don't understand the bullseye that is painted on Elliot with two T's.
Me neither.
At worst, he's a little catty. Because in that first episode where he joined them, where he was new, and he came into the room with the winning queens, and Candy was bragging about one of her sisters or something. I forget what it was, but it was something about people going home.
Yeah.
And Elliot, in a very catty fashion, said, well, doesn't that make you nervous that you could also go home first too? That's shady. That is, sure, whatever. However, that's devil's advocating. That's not personal attacks.
That's not looking at someone and saying, you're messy or
you're
whatever.
bad, so you're going to, like...
Yeah, and I'm just...
That's passive-aggressive.
Also, I'm super sorry, but, like, coming that hard for Tamisha is not going to end... That will end in pain for you, girl.
So...
Do you know how old she is?
So,
she will end you.
In our previous coverage, I was saying that I was not getting the Tamisha. There was a lot of Tamisha hype that I saw. And I like Tamisha. I still like Tamisha. Yeah. I like Tamisha more now.
Yes.
However, I do not think that she is long for this competition.
Probably not.
Because she is, and I hope this doesn't, I don't mean this rude or shady, but she is a little bit of a relic. She is sort of, I mean, she literally introduced herself to us as my best days are behind me. That is the first thing she said.
Which is, I mean, that's fair. I do love
fair,
that
but that's the energy
here.
she was bringing in.
100%.
And she has a very standard, I think I said it earlier, but it feels like a very, what I thought drag was when I was a teenager in high school. It's a very standard, And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with delivering that kind of
She's
drag.
obviously been successful at drag for a really long time.
But we're in a post Project Runway world.
Yep.
We're in a post American Idol world.
Yep.
We're in a post Lady Gaga world. Stakes have really been upped, and what she's doing.
And not for nothing, but we're in a post Evie Oddly world, which is a whole different thing.
And she's doing your reliable best friend bartender thing. I like a lot of what she's done. I love her attitude at this point.
Yeah.
Because she specifically, it was like in the second or third episode she was in, it was when they were dancing.
Yeah.
And she was like, I see everything that's going and I hear everything.
Yep.
But I'm going to sit this one out for a little while. And she did. She sat out for a while and then finally, okay, and again, back to the Candy Muse. I'm so curious to see what these people see when they watch the tapes back, because back to the Candy Muse thing, they kept saying, and I was weirdly kind of curious how Tina Burner and Got Mick were sort of like hoovered up into her orbit.
Me too.
I mean, they were chummy early on. I guess it's just the people that you sit with first in class.
Sure. I like especially because I could see some shade behind Tina Burner's eyes, but especially Gottmik feels very like wide-eyed and a little innocent and a little less. Oh, maybe that's why she was like taken under by this, but I don't know. I agree. I'm like, those two are the ones sticking up for Candy Muse?
Well, they were presenting, the three of them, Katie included, were presenting it like Tamisha came in and attacked her. No. And she didn't. They were like, what's the tea, sis? Because that's 90% of what the show is.
Yeah.
And Tamisha was like, I just want to say, okay, again, this is shady.
It is shady, but she
said,
names.
I want to congratulate all of you, even the ones I don't like.
Yeah.
She was like, there's some of you that I don't vibe with. She didn't say you're bad.
No.
She did not question their talent.
She even specifically was like, I like your drag. I don't like
you were very good here.
Although then she was like, but I don't like you as a human person.
Well, it got to that point. To which Candy was projecting and was like, I feel like you're talking about me. And I was just kind of like, I mean, if the shoe fits.
Then you have to know.
You literally just took down Elliot. Like,
yeah, it's like,
for no reason.
If somebody is describing negative stuff and your first thought is that must be about me, then you obviously already...
And the arrogant, for me, it is not so much arrogant as it is... I don't know how to. It's not so much. It's like that mouthy kid that just wants attention.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, like I said, she just, there was so much. She's dominated every conversation. Yeah. She dominates every conversation she's in.
Every friggin' Untucked is nothing but Candy Muse spouting bullshit at this point. And I'm getting frankly tired of it.
And it was a little nice for me to see Rosé kind of be like, well, you are.
Yeah.
I have decided flat out that I just do like Rosé.
Me too.
Rosé, there was something about her that felt like a bitch the first two episodes I saw. Well, I mean, they're all bitches, with the exception of Utica.
Utica's such a pure spirit.
And I don't know if Joey J is capable of being a bitch.
No, Joey J would be a bitch, but it would be totally by accident, and she wouldn't even know that she was mean to you until you were like, you really hurt my feelings.
But I actually wanted to show you this picture of, because I knew about the Scottish thing with Rosé.
He just kept going into a brogue, like a Scottish
that
brogue.
I didn't know.
Woo!
Born in Scotland, I didn't know.
Woo! That was sexual. Oh, dip. Holy shit. Is this the picture you were telling me about? Okay. I was expecting another dick pic.
Oh,
okay. That is an excellent photograph, regardless.
I might have shown her a dick pic before we started filming.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a mess, and I really didn't care for the Candy and Elliot reconciling.
No,
because Elliot basically just, because this is another thing that drives me nuts about so many of the queens on. Well, in reality TV, period, but the queens on this show, where it's like they don't actually understand basic social cues. Where it's like, Elliot's not being a fake-ass bitch. Elliot's trying to make this uncomfortable situation go away as quickly as possible. Do you know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean.
And they'll be like, you lied. It was like, no, I don't
want to engage in this, is the point. And the thing is like, I feel like I'm getting nothing of like a couple of queens, like Olivia Lux. I don't know anything about her because she just sits there and is like, I'm still, it's like a T-Rex and it'll go away.
This is the most I've liked her. So I was actually going to say that I kind of feel like I slept on her because I said she was sort of nothing for me.
Yeah.
And she's not quite dynamic. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's young or she's new or whatever. Because actually, I rewatched. I watched this with my brother too. So I rewatched a couple episodes and it put some things into perspective. And I was like, she's actually been very reliable.
She's like the blonde one from New Orleans, or like Jamie.
Or I was even going to say it was like Kelly Clarkson on American Idol. For a while, she just was safe.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like, who is this?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
But she was, they all were giving such good face, such good reactions.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. There was a couple Simone ones too. Yeah.
Well, Olivia Lux just had, because she was in like full blown Princess of Mars cosplay. And she was just kind of like, it was just this like sneer, but it was kind of like oh boy.
That's what I'm saying. Is she's just like literally sitting and being like, when are we going to be done with this?
It wasn't like Brooklyn that one time where she was trying to hide.
But that was so good.
So I guess to get into the show a bit more, where are you? I mean, I feel like we got to talk about Gottmik.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, it continues to be amazing.
So creative. The body bag.
Yeah.
The autopsy, the open autopsy with the entrails.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Very cool.
Spinning the
intestines. Yeah. Very cool. Very interesting. Very not something we've necessarily seen before. I'm super into it.
I loved the money, her money look. Although I thought she looked like a mob, like a gangster, like a Dick Tracy villain, and I kept wanting her to say that.
Sure.
And then what was her final?
The like Joan Jett.
Joan Jett. Like,
man, and that's the
I
thing.
wouldn't have even known that was like made out of bags.
No.
If that weren't the challenge.
Sure. I mean, it's the type of thing where like Carson said something about Utica's final look and was like, if I saw that walking on the runway, and it's just like, I believe that thing Gottmik was wearing would be on like a runway.
I love Utica.
Me too. I liked her first.
You came out of the gate stronger than I did. But we both liked her.
No, I'm super into Utica.
I
like her personality.
Good attitude.
Yeah.
She seems genuinely sweet.
Genuinely like a nice person who doesn't want to fight.
Robbed of whatever was going on with her and Joey J. Because she left Joey J a letter.
Well, evidently Candy Muse was also in love with Joey J, which hilarious.
But then also okay, so no shade. Joey was unpolished.
Yeah.
Joey, there was something about it, because I think I called it one of our earlier coverages. He's the cutest thing in the world. That's where I'm at with it.
But a dum-dum.
My problem with
a real cute dum-dum.
He's the dumbest bitch you'll ever meet.
I think that they knocked him too many points for not knowing that the first costume was a double pun.
But it was the fact that he it was the fact that he fought it.
Yeah.
I was like, go with it. It was like, but no, it wasn't that. And Carson's like, but I'm going to give this to
Even
you.
Nicole Byer was like, whenever someone is like, oh, that was clever 2 ways over, just say thank you. Loved it. I loved it.
I'm really gonna miss, spoiler, he went home.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna miss his presence on the show because I thought he was very funny. I thought he was very charming. I almost wish that like the queens who are sent home get to stay in like a peanut gallery or something. I would love that. I don't know. Stay tuned for episode 7. Who knows?
Who knows with this season? I like legitimately for a minute thought that she was going to stay.
The
way that
my people never stay.
Well, but the way that Rue was phrasing the sachet away, like the beginning of it, I was like, oh, maybe. And then it didn't work.
No, she just
also,
really...
her outfit was so much better than Lala Ree's. And I do like Lala Ree a lot, but those gift bags pasted on a leotard were terrible.
It just wasn't even
It wasn't even like a silhouette or anything.
Like even the soju thing, that at least had like some semblance of
a
the
garment.
concept of the theme.
It was like functionally a dress.
And the thing is, when I saw Lala Ree sitting there gluing the bags together, I literally said out loud, I was like,
why don't you
cut
have
them
to
open
them?
I was like, open them and make shapes. Like, you could have just made like a weird paper mache dress.
Definitely.
Like, anything would have been better than. And what the fuck was on her head? Why was there a poof on her head?
There was a poof.
Like, because I loved the bald look when she was the power, like the rich boss, whatever. But oof to the poof.
Yeah.
No, Utica. I don't know if I think she's gonna win. If she has the potential to win,
I think she could make the top 4.
Yeah, she's extremely creative.
Yeah,
and she's very young, and it's the kind of thing where
and she can sew.
Yes, but it's the kind of thing where sometimes it's like I don't know if age will help her or hurt her.
Oh, I see. Okay,
because you can get too worldly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you can lose that. Like
for sure. And I was actually really impressed with it because we know Simone can't sew. We found that out in this episode. And so I was really impressed with her. Like
based on how she was behaving, she's far too meticulous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That she was like, I just gotta. She knew she had to be safe.
Yeah.
That and she got there.
She got to where she
got safe and then like stayed out of the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But the things that Utica's doing now, because so far all of her makeup, it's slightly sort of like. It's like makeup, but also face paint, but also there's sort of like an anime quality. But it's so far, it's been different. Like the weird blush and the sparkles under her eyes and that like horrible, ugly wig. Mm-hmm. But still, it fit with the sleeping bag dress.
Definitely. And I think part of it is because he has a sort of weird shaped face. So I think you can do a lot with that, with the makeup. And it's working.
He seems to be incredibly creative.
Very creative, yeah.
And when you add that with talent,
it's a combo. For sure. For sure.
So, I
really liked Denali's final look.
I do like Denali.
The sugar skull.
Oh, yes.
Dia de Muertos. I was, and the jewels around her mouth.
For all of Untucked, it was like she was in a Man in the Iron Mask, where she just had this like,
or even like an actual face mask, like that like a clay face mask that dries. It's like, oh, you guys, it's so good.
It was very weird. I do like Denali though.
Yeah, me too.
And then we talked a little bit about Rosé. Did we talk about her looks? Oh. They were really weirdly kind of shading the boss look, the Bette Midler one.
Yeah, and
I it was fine. I was like,
they were like, the wig should have been bigger. It should have been more campy. No. And I was like, the performance that she gave was the point.
Was the extra
of layer. That outfit. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and that's like, that's not so much that I'm going to say it's a deep cut, but that. I don't know. I was impressed.
Yeah,
I was impressed
with
that.
Lot. And I even liked the silver one, the like bags.
That was neat too, especially the bottom half. I wish she could have finagled the top so that it was a little bit more streamlined. And I love that she just straight looked like the Martian spy woman.
Yeah. Here's something else I'll say too is I actually really liked the final look from Tamisha, and she got. It was so different from what she'd been doing that I think I really responded to it. I guess I take the note, whichever one of them said you can go. Whenever you see all the little things, you can think more is better, but like sometimes more is worse. And I can take that note, but I actually I kind of thought it worked. It wasn't my favorite thing I've ever seen, but I was glad that it wasn't just like a kind of boring pageant silhouette again. Like she did something different, and I was like, I dig that.
I was a little confused with the overall assignment.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell. I thought you were supposed to be able to identify what it was.
Oh.
And when they're coming...
like as a bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like one of them, I think it was Tina
Well,
Burner.
In that case, Candy Muse wins because I like knew that was backpacks.
That was the other thing. Her makeup and her hair was really good. But it was just backpacks. I don't understand how that was.
It was just cut open backpacks glued together. I didn't like it.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I mean, you couldn't see her undergarments, but I thought it was kind of sloppy. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
not as sloppy as Lala Ree, but a little.
The silhouette of everything she's worn has been like a high-waisted something or other with a bra top, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I'm like, are you going to scold her for that? because you're right. It's been like the same thing every time. It's the same silhouette. It's the same thing every time. And it's just like you scold the other queens for doing the same things over and over again. Something's got to give.
Sure. And also keep in mind that they edit this.
Of course. They might be
to
scolding.
achieve a narrative.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. I guess Tina Burner actually, I thought she was going to kind of dominate.
She's skating.
We have not gotten
real even.
tons of screen time from
I'm
her.
kind of into it, to be honest. I would prefer that for now.
It makes me think she's going to be here for a while, because a lot of times, again, it's a show, they're editing this. A lot of times if someone has a lot of screen time, there's a chance they're going.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is the material we have.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess we didn't comment on every single look, but I'm trying to think of
No, I mean, they did
36.
3 runways.
There were
this time.
36 looks.
That's a lot.
So, yeah, I still think Denali, it has a shot. Although that seems to be an us thing.
Oh, really?
I'm not seeing people that dislike her, but I'm not seeing a ton of.
I'm thinking we've got a pretty good. I mean, Simone and Gottmik are still both really good, and then I think Denali's got a shot,
Utica
and I think Utica's got a shot.
Has been making a case for herself.
Those are right now the ones.
And then, like I said, favorite. Olivia Lux, it just depends. It depends
she
on
can
what
skate
she pulls
along
out.
in the background for sure.
So okay, well, that was it for this season, episode 5 of season 13 of Drag Race. So if you like it at all, let us know, and follow and subscribe and all of that.
Yay!